this edition of Out in the Open. I'm Alex Zidon.
And I'm Joanne Zidon. And you know what? We're at Smuggler's Cove.
Absolutely. We're here every week. Come on down because the food is great.
The food is very great.
We'd like to see it through county, and called Babunya's Gourmet, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. But you know, we have all kinds of spices, and a show like this interests us because we're always looking, trying different things, trying new recipes with not only our traditional chickens or turkeys and all those things that we do, but with all the game meat that we get.
Absolutely.
You know, we try all the fish, and we just try different things because variety is the spice of life, as they say.
And we like spicy foods, and we like a different slant on foods, because sometimes, you know, like the big stroganoff is just beef stroganoff, but we use venison a lot. And so we use other spices than just your regular everyday spices. And I think that's a good thing.
And you know, the idea, I think, with spices is not to change the flavor or mask something. Right. Some people do. They try to mask their venison or other game meats with, you know, by doing all kinds of things with them. And we don't do that. We look for spices that will enhance the flavor of the kind of things that we like to eat.
That's right, we do that. And we do with our fish, and we do with our venison and rabbits, whatever we have. We like it that way.
Now, you're of Ukrainian background way back, partly. What does Babunya mean?
I haven't the vaguest idea. I never learned to speak the language except that means grandmother.
It means grandmother.
Yes.
Baba is short, of course, and we're going to meet Babunya in a little bit. Hey folks, welcome back to Out in the Open. Of course, we're coming to you from Smuggler's Cove. We've got a great show for you tonight. We see some spices out here, and with me is Tom and Janina Kostiw, and they have a spice company called Babunya's Spices, and we're going to talk about it and meet Babunya in a little bit. Quite interesting to start a new company, and Tom, tell me, why'd you do this?
Well, I grew up with the seasonings. My mom always used to make it at home and cook with it, and the whole family's always enjoyed it. And this recipe's been around my family for a long, long time. And it was passed down from my great-great-grandmother. And my mom, who was a lady on a bottle, she basically perfected the seasoning for us.
So this was something that was used in Europe?
Yes.
And brought over, and your mother then, I can't imagine, you know, mixing this in your kitchen just to get a spice. I mean, you can go to the supermarket and buy a spice, can't you? Why would you want to make your own?
Well, the seasoning that my mom had put together really brought out the flavors of the meat. It didn't matter what kind of meat you were using, whether it was a piece of steak, a hamburger, chicken, fish, pork, venison. It didn't make a difference. And so, since it brought out those nice flavors, it was easier for her to make it at home herself than try to go looking in the stores for that perfect recipe that
you
she
can never
had.
find, you know, and then some of the recipes have too much of one thing or not enough of another thing or whatever else. But a great idea. Now, you're up in Goldsboro.
That's correct.
Okay, and that's where the company is from. And actually, you're in several markets, particularly toward the Scranton area and up in like Wayne County area. And you're going to come down here into Monroe County and Carbon County. You're just going to spread out all over the place. You're only in business for what, a year?
Yeah, we started last July. We started getting the company all legalized and getting all of our paperwork done. And we hit our first supermarkets in January out in Scranton, the Garrity supermarkets, and then we went into Clark Summit with the Everything Natural Health Food Store. The ShopRites here in the Poconos, the Daleville and the Mount Pocono also are carrying our products. Also in Greentown, over at the Duchess.
Duchess, right.
Right, he carries it as well.
Right, everybody knows it's Duchess.
And then we have Peckville and Pittston with the Quinn's Sure Save supermarkets. They're also carrying it. And just recently, we have a commitment from the giant supermarkets to start carrying our products as well. And they have 150 stores throughout Pennsylvania.
Well, that would be good.
So that would be nice.
That'll kick up the spice business a little bit. You said something to me that was very, very interesting. You say it's actually in some health food stores?
Yes, it's at Everything Natural in Clark Summit. And the reason being is that our products, even though we have our seasoning in two sizes, a 4-ounce and a 14-ounce, we had a lot of people asking, hey, do you have anything else that's an all-natural product without any of the MSG or fillers or adders or anything of that nature? And we decided to carry 5 additional products. We went with cinnamon, onion powder, as well as black pepper, garlic, and parsley.
Now, what, you know, I can buy black pepper any place. What's the difference between your black pepper and anybody else's black pepper? Black pepper is black pepper, right?
That is correct. Black pepper is black pepper, except that we're Pennsylvania preferred,
Okay.
meaning that it's all made here in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We use local farmers within the United States. Our products aren't being imported from another country.
Okay.
We use local farmers who sell it to the distributors who grind it down for us, and we buy it from them. So we know it's made right here in the U.S.
Well, but it's just you were telling me earlier, and what I was getting at basically is that there's no fillers in this. I mean, yeah, it could be black pepper, but people don't realize that if they're buying black pepper from in a supermarket, they may get black pepper, but with a lot of fillers to fill up the containers.
That's
so
correct.
you're not getting the good flavor that you do from this kind of a thing.
And that's the thing. They'll add non-caking agents into it and other products into it. And we make sure that our product is all authentic. We manufacture all of this ourselves out in Carbondale at a Carbondale Technology Transfer Center, and that's what we have this made.
How about that? Now, Marlene, you're the president of this company?
That's correct.
And how did you fit into this? Besides, being married to Tom and coming in, have you used these spices particularly this spice when you cooked and things like that?
Yes, every day.
Every day you use them.
That's correct.
What's it good on everything? Can I put it on my eggs?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, so it's good on eggs too?
Yes.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you know what? Come to think of that, there is a website you can go to. Why don't we tell everybody what the website is?
Go ahead, Marlon.
It's www.babunyas, which is BABUNYAS.com.
Okay, and they can go there, and actually, it was kind of interesting because certainly doing my research, as Joanne makes me do, I went on the website and I looked at the recipes and followed some of the recipes, and we actually have a recipe we're going to come up with in a little bit that we think that you're going to enjoy. We eat a lot of game meat, so it's a lot of wild meat, a lot of venison and caribou and bear and turkey and rabbits and whatever else we can get. Good on that?
Phenomenal on that. Like I said, my mom coming from Europe and then from Europe transferring over to South America and then coming to the States, being brought up a little bit in Brazil. A lot of quail, pheasant, wild boar, deer, and so the seasoning, you don't need to marinate any of those meats. You just wash your meats in cold water, sprinkle it on, and put it to cook. And the thing is, by washing the meats in cold water, it seems to activate the meat for whatever reason. And when you put the seasonings on the meat, and you throw it into a hot pan or on a grill, that heat all of a sudden makes the seasonings be absorbed right into the meat, and you get that wonderful, nice flavor of the seasonings with that meat. It really complements it very nicely.
So you can do this, you can use this seasoning either if you're baking in an oven, a roast or something like that, or if you're searing, pan frying.
Correct.
And on the grill too?
And on the grill too.
Well, it works on everything.
Works on anything. It's really, really nice.
Is there anything that doesn't work on?
I had people calling me that they put it on their pizza, grilled cheese sandwiches, on their popcorn, and I'm learning more about my own product from other people experimenting with it. And it's amazing how many people I just recently received a recipe with an oyster recipe on my website, so I'm going to see about experimenting that and putting that on a
Oyster
website.
recipe, the seafood, can you imagine it on shrimp and lobster? I think we're going to try it here right at the Smuggler's Cove. We'll take a little bit of this and put it on our dinner maybe tonight. Hey folks, stay tuned because we've got Babunya coming on and we have a recipe. We're going to clear this off, reset the stage here, and you won't want to miss this really nice wrap up. Hey folks, welcome back to Out in the Open. We've got an interesting recipe for you coming up. This is called a pot roast roll, and of course you met Tom Kostiw earlier, and this is his mom, Janina, who is actually the face on the bottle. She's the Babunya here, the Baba. And this is one of your recipes that you developed.
That's right.
Tell me what kind of meat is this we have here?
Roast, pot roast.
That's a pot roast, just a regular pot roast kind of meat.
Yes, correct. Pot roast.
And what are we going to do with this before we put any seasoning on it?
Just slice, small
Will you
slices.
show me how you do it? We'll
Thin
put one
slice.
together.
Like this.
Okay. So this is just a regular kind of pot roast meat. This is no special regular pot roast. Okay. We want to cut a slice of it like that. And then what are we going to do with it? We can put that one over here and let's make one.
Just I do a little bit
After you
like
pound it.
without
Okay.
You know?
This one, though.
Yeah, that's okay. This is, I go to the disposal. Make little thin.
Okay.
Like do like this.
Okay.
One side can do a little bit, you know? You
Sure.
They come,
Yeah.
and then I could here.
Okay.
And I do with this one the same.
Just a little bit, just to flatten it out a little bit.
Yeah, just cut.
And it makes the little holes inside.
Yes. That made tender meat.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
And then what are we going to
And
do?
now I go put the spices.
Okay.
With my spices.
Okay.
I go put
So we'll put the
Here's this
spices
one right
on
here.
there. There we go.
There we go.
That's good.
both sides.
Well, two sides. Put a little bit, sprinkle it on.
And sprinkle on top.
Okay.
And this one too.
Okay. That smells so good already.
You know,
I mean,
when I cook, it smells so good.
it's like you could eat it like tartar or something.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
When my grandson home, I just say, I make something like that, I said, oh, Babunya is home.
Yeah. And we have tomato and we have a little piece of
We
bacon.
have a little piece of bacon and tomato and we roll together.
Okay.
When we have the bigger slice of meat,
Okay.
we put two slices of bacon. If not, we put just one and we need to hold it.
All right. So we put these two
Sometimes I have
mixed
to
in.
put
Oh,
three.
three, sure. Just to
Yeah,
hold
because
together.
to
Because the
hold
idea is to
together.
hold together.
Yes. When they start cooking, they need, like shrink and then they hold meat.
Okay.
And then you put that side
Oh,
down.
so you put the open side down a little
Down.
bit.
That's
Okay.
right. Because when they're cooking, they hold up.
Okay, and then they'll firm right up.
Yes.
And you're going to do one more here. Now you put any kind of bacon, just one or two pieces uncooked bacon right in.
One cook bacon.
Uncooked bacon, we put it right in the middle there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I like that.
Put the tomato here and middle,
Yep. Now that's, you skin the tomato too. You use
Yeah,
just the meat.
I take it, that's right.
Yeah,
I take
just
the
the
skin out,
Now is this recipe going to be on your website?
Yes, we did put it on our website.
Okay, so they'll be able to go to your website and see this recipe.
Correct.
And, but you know what, folks, when you're doing this and you're using this spice, I'm telling you, it smells so good. Being right here. So we have a bunch of these, and actually, we have some that are already ready to go. The same kind of thing.
Yes.
So that's ready to go.
They're ready to go to the stove. I put it in a fry pan or what pan, how do you call it
We
pan?
put it in a stir-fry pan,
Okay.
and we put a little oil on the bottom,
Okay.
and we cook it for 30 minutes all together. But for the first 15 minutes, you cook it like my mom said, face down,
Okay.
where the open side is,
All right.
and then you turn it to the other side and cook it for another 15 minutes.
Okay, you don't have to cover it.
You don't have to cover
No,
it. You cover it? Yeah, you cover it a little bit then.
You cover it, okay, and then you just cook it, and you can pretty much tell when it's done, I guess.
Yes, you can.
Now, I noticed that early on you put the spices on both sides.
Both sides,
And then
yes.
but you don't have to put any more spices on once you do it, and then you put them in either a frying pan or a baking pan
And baking pan.
in an oven. About how hot? 350.
About 350 in the oven.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it on the stove top, you want it on a medium flame because you're going to cook it slowly.
Okay.
So if it's too hot, you could burn it. So you don't want to do that. You want a medium flame and just cook it nice and slow.
cook it
And
slowly.
brown it on both
So
sides.
browns on both sides.
Right.
Yes, usually I make it on the stove.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take these away and we're going to head over to the kitchen and show you what this looks like. Hey folks, we're back and look what we have. Just out of the oven with a little rice pilaf and a little sprig of green there to brighten up the plate. And boy, that looks great. And I'll tell you, it just smells fantastic. And you know what? You mind if I try?
No, please go right ahead.
We do things real here. Oh, I gotta find a piece here. This looks great. I can see the tomato inside, and I can see. I'm just gonna cut one of these right in half right there, and let's see what this tastes like. And that's just plain old ordinary pot roast.
That's correct. A pot roast roll.
That's fantastic. What other recipes do you have on your website?
Well, on our website, we have a pork chop Milanese. We have boneless chicken thighs on a grill. We also have a bacon and eggs recipe. You might think, bacon and eggs, what's so great about bacon and eggs? But we
What do
actually...
you do? Just sprinkle it on like salt? Sorry, Joanne. There's a piece here for you.
No, actually what we do, as you're trying that, we just season the bacon with this recipe. People never think of seasoning bacon, but all you have to do is season the bacon, and that is it. There's nothing else you do. You add little onions to it, throw the eggs in there, and that recipe's on our website. It's phenomenal. It's very, very tasty.
Let's tell them what the website is again.
Well, our website is www.babunyas.com. It's babunyas.com. And we also you can call us if you don't have internet access. It's 877-270-1245.
And that'll be up there on the screen, folks, because you can do it if you want to find out where to get it. This is really good stuff. You know what we need to do, though? We need to come up with some recipes like with venison for the fall.
Well, we have some great recipes that we're going to have enough for the fall for venison, for turkey, all the game meats that you use. Bear. It is very, very tasty, phenomenal, very, very good.
Now, this is an old recipe, 4 generations or more in the same family, and you actually used to mix this up before you went into production. You would mix this up and you would have it.
I have it in there. Some jar I put in the jar and I use it all the time.
Now, you had a very famous person trying one of your recipes one time. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my mom was working in New York City for someone who was very close friends with Jacqueline Onassis. And they had asked my mom to see if she could make them a Thanksgiving dinner. And so
Jacqueline Onassis was guest for that.
Oh, how about that?
So Jacqueline and her daughter Carolyn came over to the home, and my mom had prepared a full, complete Thanksgiving dinner using that seasoning. And it was so good that they came over to compliment who made this dinner, and sure enough, it was my mom, Babunya, who was there making all this for them.
Babunya, huh? And that's grandmother in Ukraine, and it really has worked out well. You put a lot of good things together, including some good food, and I can tell you that we're going to find a bottle of this on our shelf. We're going to try it on some of the things that we enjoy, it's a great flavor. And the good thing about it, I wasn't kidding, when we were making that earlier and we put the seasoning on, I mean, if you've ever had steak tartare or something like that, I mean, you could have, I mean, that was ready to eat raw. You didn't even have to cook it. It was so
very good.
The aroma is so good. I mean, it has a pleasant kind of a smell.
Right.
I appreciate you coming on. And,
Thank you for having us.
Very nice to meet you all.
Even though we have to marinate, just put it sprinkle it on.
Oh, you never sprinkle it on. And you know, you didn't sprinkle a whole bunch on it. Didn't make it salty. It gave it a flavor.
Yes.
And it just kind of brings out the flavor. And I could see where, that would be good on a lot of things. And what you need to do is come up with a whole cookbook.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the seasoning too is no MSG, no artificial flavoring, no coloring, all natural product. We use sea salt, garlic, and different herbs and spices. Not only good on meat, it's good on fish, poultry,
everything else.
Anything, salads, tuna salad, egg salad, doesn't make a difference. Absolutely anything.
We're going to order dinner pretty soon, but I'm going to finish this first. I know Zane's going to want some of this, Joanne wants some of this, so we got a thing going here. Very good. Thank you, Tom, very much. I appreciate you. Babunya, thank you. I give you a hug. Nice lady. Thank you. Nice to meet you all. Hey, of course, we'll be back after these brief messages, and we'll see if there's anything left on the plate. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. What do you think? Isn't that very good? That's a very, very nice. We've learned something today, didn't we?
Oh, we certainly did.
You know how nice that looks too. You know, when it's wrapped up with the bacon and.
I think that's a great name for it.
Yeah.
The pot roast roll.
Yeah, it's not an expensive piece of meat. I mean, I think the pounding and the rolling.
The thin cut.
And they said instead of the tomato, we could actually have put a carrot in there. It gives a nice carrot color. Looks super. Plate it up with the rice. It's a nice dish.
It looks and it tastes very good. I mean, you could put asparagus, all kinds of different things. We make it different all the time. It's very good.
It's really good. We learn something every every time we do the show. And I had to give her a hug. She reminded me of my Baba, my grandmother.
Very nice
lady.
Very nice lady. All nice people.
Yes.
I wish them very well.
Yep, I'm glad we found them, and we're always looking for people to come on the show. So if you know somebody, you know something, you want to come on the show and sit in this seat or this seat over here and have a man interview, we can certainly do that. And if you miss any of the shows, of course, go to our website, www.outintheopen.com, and you can click on streaming video. But whatever you do, make sure you tune into us next week, because we'll be right here, or else we'll be.
We're going to be out in the open.
We're going to be